My name is Saraí Cardenas, and I am a professional ballet dancer from Monterrey, Mexico. And today I thought it will be a good idea to do a gentle stretch and strength class. It's going to be very easy, it's going to be very accessible. And the only rule in this class is that if it doesn't feel right for your body, just stop doing it. Okay. This class is going to be all about front splits, which you probably seen performed by either ballerinas or gymnasts or any kind of athlete on their stretch routines. For today's class, we are going to need a set of massage balls. Basically any small ball that you have around lying in the house. It can be even the dog's toy, depending on how sturdy or how strong they are. You might feel a little bit more sensation as you're massaging. And additionally, we are going to do a yoga block. Excuse me. This yoga block is optional, and it's just going to be there to support you a little bit down the road. Okay. So primarily on this class, we are going to focus on two different movements of your hips, which will be hip flexion, which means when the angle of your hips are in a flex position, when you're in an angle, and hip extension when it's either straight or past a little bit, right? Trying to take care of our lower back, trying to take care of our hamstrings, and trying to take care of our inner thighs. So we are going to start by grabbing at least, if you have two, then two, but at least one of your balls, and we're going to put it down on the ground, and you're just going to roll your feet. You're grabbing the ball. Yeah, I think it looks better here. You're grabbing the ball and you're rolling up your feet up and down. Feel free. The rule with these balls are, this is a technique that's called myofascial release. And the rule with these balls is that if you can't breathe, then stop, right? Okay. You're rolling your feet, excuse me, up and down. Oops, sorry. And just go on to the next foot. At any given time, if you would like to stop at a certain spot and just press, that is also a great idea. You don't have to move up and down. You can just go slowly. And in fact, I do recommend trying different velocities, different speeds. Sometimes slow is a more accessible way of working on the balls. Okay, so we roll the back of our feet, and we are going to continue relaxing the back chain of our body. This time, go into the ground, and we're going to roll our hamstrings. So for this one, you're going to place your ball right in the back of your leg, and sometimes we're going to stop right where the glute finishes and the leg starts, right? So go ahead and sit down on the ground. You're going to place the one ball and you're going to sit on it. And same concept. You can either roll up and down or side to side or just stay on the one spot, right? You're just gently rolling and gently rolling. When you do choose to stop and finding that sweet spot that feels good for you, another, just stay there and breathe. Another rule of these balls is that the more limbs you have on the ground, the more control you have on the balls. If I were to be only sitting on the ball with my full weight on it, it's going to be a lot of pressure. And if that doesn't feel good for you, then walk away from anything that doesn't feel good to you. Yeah, so we're gonna park right there, right in the insertion of your bum where the bum finishes and the leg starts. And this is it. Some of us will be able to stretch our leg and sit nice and tall. Some of us will not be able to stretch our leg. Wherever you are in your stretching journey, it's completely okay. Make sure that you have a tall spine as much as you can. And if it's available to you, start pointing and flexing your feet. Yeah, we're going point and we're going flex, point and flex, point and flex, and one last time, point and flex. With the heel on the ground, try as much as you can to press your knee down towards the ground and see how that feels in the back of your body. Take a couple of inhales and exhales. These massage stretches that we're doing will help you release your lower back, and which is especially useful if you spend the whole day sitting on a computer, right? Okay, let's go for the other side. You don't have to turn around. I'm just going to turn around for you to be able to see. Grab your ball and sit on it, and don't try to copy what I am doing with my body. You can choose to have 2 feet on the ground if you prefer, and if you just want to roll your bum, it feels really nice, and it's going to make it leave it feeling like a freshly passed pillow, which is always a great sensation. Whenever you are done, just sit on the ball right at the insertion of the hamstring. And again, if you don't want too much pressure, just knock yourself onto the other side a little bit. If you want more pressure, directly sit on the ball. If your leg it's naturally straight on the ground, that's great. If it's bent, it's also okay. And we are going to go and point your toes and flex your foot. We're going through the ankle articulations, point and flex, point and flex, and point and flex. Wherever you are, whether that's a bent knee or a stretch leg, make sure that you're nice and tall. If this is not enough for you and you want more sensation, try to stick your bum out or go more on top of the ball. And if this is still not enough for you, try to let go of the ground, as you will have a full-on weight on your ball. If your ball is too sturdy, too rough, this may be a lot, right? So again, remember that we are going towards working with our body sensations and what our body is telling us today. Okay, whenever you are ready, let go of that ball, and the next thing that we're going to roll is a little bit of the side of our legs. I'm gonna keep on turning around. You can stay on your spot. The next thing is side of the bum. You are scooch over onto the mat, and you're going to just put it on the floor and then just roll into it. This may be already a lot. If you think you can handle a little bit more, just roll a little bit farther. And again, whatever the shape of my body is like right now, you don't have to copy it. If you need one foot on the ground, if you want to stretch your leg, if you want to go up and down or side to side massaging your bum on the side of your bum, that is also okay. If you want more intensity, make sure that you have your whole weight on the ball somewhere on your sweet spot, and then start making little circles with your foot, but do not let the foot leave the ground, right? And you can reverse those little circles. Notice how this feels on your body and on your hips. Once you're done with this, just switch sides and go for it. You put the ball down, make sure that you're scooched over onto the mat, and then just roll onto the ball. Remember that your body is not symmetrical, which means that on one side it may feel super easy, it may feel super accessible. On the other side, not so much, and the other way around. Again, you do not need to have the same shape on your body on either side, because you may need different things. Whereas on one side you might have been able to do the circles, perhaps on the other side not at all. And again, if you need to just stay on your sweet spot and keep on breathing, make sure that you're inhaling and exhaling, pressing down on the ball. You get to choose how much intensity it's in here. Couple more breaths in here. And when you are ready, roll out of the bowl, bring your bowl to the side. I like to keep mine on a little tote bag so that they are not rolling around. And the next thing that we'll do, it's a little bit of an exercise that I like to call quad activation. We're going to bring your block under your knee, right? And the only thing that we're going to do for this one, I don't know if you can see it, you're going to flex your foot and you're going to press your knee down. There is a slight activation on the quad, which is all the top of your leg, but you'll be able to see it in the camera a little bit on the side of my leg, right? Just keep on pressing that knee down to the ground. If this is too easy for you, go for a little bit higher. No, I lied. Then don't go for a little bit higher. That doesn't feel super good on me, so I'm not gonna make you do it. Pressing that. Keep on pressing. Press and release, and one more time, press and release. Keep on pressing one last time. Lengthen your spine up. You can do this with arms on the ground or arms off the ground, and try to stick your bum out and go as far forward as you can, making sure that it feels all right on your hamstring, which is the back part of your leg. If you want a little bit more, you can bring your arms down if they're not already there, and you can continue going forward as much as it feels safe for you. Remember that a little bit of pain, if it's a stretching kind of pain, it's not entirely bad. But if it's something like it feels sharp pain, then come back and don't go on there. Yeah. Okay. We're going to switch our legs, and I'm going to put it in here. Okay. I will continue to switch sides. You're going to remember that your object, and if you don't have a yoga block, that is okay. You can use a rolled up towel or a pillow or a stuffy. Make sure to flex your foot, and we're pressing and releasing. We're pressing and releasing. Press down and release. And one more time, press down and release. Lengthen your spine. Sit as tall as you can, arms or no arms, and come forward. As you can tell, as you can see, my knee on this side is a little bit bent, and it's because I have a little bit of an injury, so I'm just trying to be gentle with myself. Remember that that's the most important thing, to be gentle with yourself. Take your own time. Go as fast or as slow as you need to. Bringing your arms down if that is accessible to you. Remember that all throughout this, we're still pressing our knee down onto the mat or whatever object you have under your knee. Don't forget to keep on breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Come back out of there. Take your block away, and I want you to do a little test. If you need to scooch over on your mat, scooch over, shake your legs, notice how they're feeling. The next one we'll do, we're going to inhale, flex your foot a lot. This may mean that your knees bend a little bit. Inhale, and on your exhale, try to lean forward. Make sure that your lower back is not curling like this. If it starts curling, you've gone too far, right? If this is all I can do before starts going this way, then you've gone too far, and this is it. If you can keep on going without your back either arching too much or curving too much, then just keep on going. Another helpful tip will be to engage your core a little bit so that you're protecting that back. Inhaling, exhaling. All of this time with being here. Whenever you're ready, bring your hands onto your hip, onto the ground. And this is where the block comes in helpful sometimes. You can put it in between your legs, and you can prop yourself up into your chest, or if you want to go lower, you can bring your head, your forehead into the mat, and just hang in here for a couple of breaths. This extended amounts of time holding a pose is part of a technique that's called yin yoga, and it's very nice. It allows your muscles to dive into the depths of the stretch that they are capable of. Just a couple of breaths in here, and when you're ready, come back up on a straight leg and just on a straight back and just shake your legs once again to see what is going on. Okay, we're gonna do one last one. It's basically the same motion, and I just want you to notice the difference. You are gonna scooch over and roll all the way down to your back, and your hands can be either extended out to the side or on your body, it doesn't matter. And one leg at a time, bring one leg to tabletop, and then the next leg to tabletop. A couple of breaths in here, inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, extend your legs up towards the ceiling. And if this is it, then just stay here. With every inhale, we create a space. With every exhale, we try to go a little bit deeper into our stretch. And this is kind of going to be the rule moving forward on this class. Inhaling, just let go a little bit. Exhaling to stretch as much as you can. This is still not challenging for you. On the inhale, you'll release a little bit. On your exhale, bring your legs closer to your chest. Always trying, that's a lie, not always, but trying to feel a little bit of the stretch in the back of your legs, your hamstrings, right? Inhaling, exhaling. If you need to grab your legs, grab anywhere that is not the back of your knees. You want to grab hamstrings, you want to grab calves, or you want to grab ankles if that is available to you, even toes if you prefer, right? We're inhaling and exhaling. One more time. If you feel adventurous, your arms out to the side. Inhale to stretch, to lengthen, and exhale to come closer to your face, trying to keep the lower back attached to the ground, right? Because we're gonna get that stretch on the back of our legs. Inhale and exhale. When you're done with this, bring your knees into your chest, give them a good old hug. Thank your legs for all the work they've done so far, maybe a little bit of your core. The next time, I cannot do a stretch class without sneaking in a little bit of core. So you have options. You can grab your legs and or not. And you can bring your head off the ground or not. And I want you to start rolling like a ball. Take an inhale to come back, exhale to go a little bit forward. Inhale back and exhale forward a few times until you find yourself either with your legs floating off the ground. You can keep on hugging on your legs, grabbing onto your legs, or you can let go of your hands. If you want more challenge, you can stretch your legs. If you want more challenge, you can raise your arms. If anything, you can always bring your feet down to the ground and keep on working on that core. Same options. Not super challenging, kind of challenging, very challenging, right? And whenever you're done, come back, shake your legs. We're gonna move. All of that was for your hip flexion and stretching of your hamstrings. Now we're gonna move a little bit into the hip extension of our class. And don't worry, we are getting there. We are going to grab our block and just put it in front of you and bring your one foot onto the ground. The next foot is long in the back. So this is probably, you've seen this before. You can move your block around depending and bring it up if you need a little bit higher up. And the only thing that you're going to do is going to let go of that back hip, trying to stretch the back of your hip. But here's the catch. Can you engage your glute? Right? The more you engage that side glute, the more protected the front of your hip is. We're going to breathe in here. Inhaling and exhaling. Same concept. Inhaling to let go a little bit. Exhaling to go a little bit deeper into your stretch. Inhaling here. Exhaling to let go. Inhaling here. Exhale to let go. Now make sure that you keep your glute engaged. We're going to do a little bit of a strengthening exercise. Engage your glute. I don't like to use the word squeeze your bum, but that's pretty much what we're doing. And if you can, bring your heel close to your bum and lower. You can tuck your toes and close to your bum and lower. Remember that this may look like this for you, or it may also look like this, right? If you need a lot of weight on your block, that is okay. Keep that glute squeeze, engaging. Whenever you're ready, come back, bring your hands down to the ground. If you need the block, use the block, and just counteract that motion by stretching your front leg. If you want to stretch it fully, you can. If you want to flex your foot, you can. If you want to go all the way down to sit on your heel, you also can. Couple of breaths in here. Whenever you're ready, come back to the front. Lift the knee up off the ground and just stretch that front leg a little bit more. Okay, we are going to switch legs. Bring your other foot in front, lower your back knee to the ground. If you need the block, grab the block. If you need to bring it forward, and just release that knee, that hip to stretch. Same concept. Inhale to lengthen a little bit. Exhale to let go. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to go a little bit deeper. Make sure that you're squeezing your bum. You're engaging your glute. And if it's available to you, bring your heel up towards your bum and down. We're going up and down. You're going up and down. One last time, up and down. Stretch the front leg. Take as much time as you need to. And to keep bringing your hips back, your knee can be a little bit bent, and a flex foot, that's okay, or completely stretch with foot on the ground, or completely stretch with heel off the ground. If you rather sit on your heel on the back leg, that is also an option. Coming back towards the front and just stretching that front leg. If you need to take a shorter stance, also an option. And just find a little bit of a stretch in both legs. Whenever you're ready, step your feet together, bend at your knees, and we are going to put our stretches to the test. So all of this class is so that you are prepared. That whole warm-up and conditioning exercises is so that your legs are prepared to go into your splits. So if you have your balls, or if you have, sorry, you know what? I think we need a roller. Let me go get one. Okay, this is what a roller looks like. And if you don't have one at home, that is completely okay. I've had students that used empty water bottles, like glass water bottles, or something that's a little bit more sturdy, or a rolling pin, or anything that can just help you roll this way, because we are going to go for our front splits. And this is how it works. Yeah, you're going to stretch your leg in the front. If you need the block, this is here for support. Either side. If you have more blocks, you can use 2 blocks on either side of your body. And you're going to bring your foot completely onto the roller. And little by little, you can start rolling, right? Remember, engage in the front of your quad to protect your hamstring and engage in your bum to protect the front of your hip. And whenever you're ready, however far you can get or you want to get today, that's where we're going for our front splits. Yeah, keeping a bit of a squareness in the hips, which means don't let that hip open. We want both hip bones facing towards the front. Stay here for as long as you like. That is also alive. A couple of breaths, a few breaths, and then come back up. Going for the other side. Going all the way forward. If you don't need the blocks, then you don't need the blocks. If you don't need the roller, then you don't need the roller. If you know what you're doing, great. And come back up. We're gonna do a little bit of, if you wanna repeat this, please go ahead. I would say, try, like if you wanna repeat, do it a couple of times, tops, maybe 3 times, but probably not more than that, especially if you're completely new to this, because you may get sore tomorrow. If you are done with this, just bring your hands onto the ground, tuck your toes under, and just lift your hips a little bit. Take any kind of step that you need to relax your hips. Maybe shake the leg, shake the other leg. And with that, we're done. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are being safe when you stretch. And thank you for coming. Bye.